All right, ahead of that game for the Super Falcons tomorrow against the co-host Australia. Joining us to look at the Falcons so far at the FIFA Women's World Cup is women's football journalist here in Nigeria, Samuel Ahmadu. He joins us on Afrosport now today. Hello, Sam.
Yeah, hello guys. Great to be part of the show. Wonderful afternoon.
To it very, very quickly, Sam. Coach Randy Waldrum seems to have drawn some inspiration from that match against Canada. Now, the Super Falcons have what it takes to get a result against the Matildas of Australia. If you look at how this tournament has panned out, some teams have been really good at sitting back, and some of the better teams have found it very difficult to break some of the pretty decent teams at the tournament. How do you think that game will pan out? Will it be almost similar to the Canada game, or do you feel like the Australians are maybe slightly a different proposition to Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. No games are the same. You recall this is almost playing out like a campaign back in 2015. We had an incredible result against Sweden, coming back to a 3-3 draw. And unfortunately, one would say that got into our head, or we were carried away by that result, heading into the second game. And the second game, coincidentally, came up against Australia. And we lost that game 2-0, despite we had it all within our grasp to really get a good result. But unfortunately, that game, we were heavily frustrated by the Australians. We just couldn't find our pace. We couldn't find a moment, especially in the attack. So I don't expect that to play out tomorrow because, one, definitely the coach, the players, most of them did play in that disappointing result. So surely they will have picked one or two lessons from that game and understanding that they are playing against some of the same players who have now also gained exposure and also gained international relevance. The Sammy Cares of this world 8 years after. So I think it's surely going to be possibly like the game against Canada, especially defensively. But in the attack, I think this is where we need to create some sort of balance. And like the coach said, and I think we expect to see some improvement going to attack, having ways of managing our midfield. That's where we're really going to have the huge, biggest, but always the midfield. And when we can win over the midfield against the Australians, there our chances are very, very bright. So I expect to have some improvement with communication within the attack and the midfield. Hopefully, we can be able to have moments to support them and at least take our chances. But again, we surely have to be clinical from back to forward.
All right, so let's look at personnel. A lot of Nigerians obviously were very did want to see the first team he'd put out at the World Cup against Canada. There wasn't any on Ome Ebi. There was a lot of outcry about whether or not she'd participate in the tournament. Halimatu Ayinde was missing. Also, Rasheedat Ajibade was also suspended. Zara Kpanos, it was said that she picked up an injury just before the opening game. In terms of personnel, though, what's our strongest team, you think? The team we had out in the first game against Canada, do you think that's the strongest team we can possibly put out at this World Cup?
Yeah, surely. So you've mentioned some of the key players that were involved in our qualification to the World Cup, playing at the Nations Cup. I think you know too well that it wasn't our strongest. Regardless, we have great potentials in our team. These are a team filled with professionals. Only the likes of the Chegne and also Deborah that are non-professionals. The rest, 21 players, are top professionals. So I think it's difficult to tell that, yes, we don't have the quality we do have. That is never a doubt. And this is a much reason why also the pressure is on us to prove a point. We wouldn't have, for the first time in the history of Women's World Cup participation, filled a team filled of total professionals and still struggle to impress. So I think this is where the ball stops on the coach's desk. We have a lot of players who were left out of the first game who we know has great potential, the likes of Jennifer Echejini. We saw her in the friendly games, and we saw the great additions she makes. We know Halima is coming back. Definitely, we know our midfield will be solid. She with the likes of Christy Bay. Definitely, a lot to be improvement to be seen in the midfield. In the attack, I think we will see Ajibade. We've missed her heavily. We also have quite a number of quality legs, I think, on the bench that we never saw better. The likes of Uchinekan, the likes of Koronko, for me, one player that I felt I haven't seen enough. And also not ignoring one of our hottest prospects in this Monday. We definitely need to explore the strength of some of these talented players. And this is, for me, the best way defensively to create a strong attacking approach to ensure we can also manage our defensive strength very well. Because when we have great strength in the attack, and we also could cause problems for the Australians in the attack, then we will have some better days or better opportunity to manage the situation. And solidly, I must say we must give credit to defenders. The goalkeeper has been superb. So I feel we have it going very well for us defensively, but we just need to work on having some quality legs and the right mix in the midfield and also in the attack. We can't afford to take gambles at this point. This is no place where you do testing or you do some sort of experimenting. We definitely have to put our best legs forward.
One final question before we let you go. There's always been the question about who should start up front for Nigeria. Since Adeshola obviously he has been starting up front for us. What's your expectations for her? She obviously is supposed to go for the team. And how do you expect the game against Australia to go? That's a prediction, by the way.
Yeah, realistically, I think the game is unique to us. It's unfortunate everybody wants to expect to see more from our sisters, like she does for Barcelona. Unfortunately, Nigeria don't play the same style of like Barcelona. We can't afford to possibly play toe to toe, go toe to toe against a team like Australia. This is not Barcelona where you have those talented players like you saw with the Spaniards going up against Zambia. You will always get hurt. And I think we definitely have to play to our own strength. And we need players who really can put the ball on ground, make good passes, and also create some sort of good runs on the wings. And I think if we really need assistance in the game, I think she will really do better on the wings. But unfortunately, I don't see how much our friends can carry her because we now, at this stage, need to look at some of our useful strengths. Her experience coming in to also improve the forwards. We know our partners is also on the bench. So we have that rich, youthful strength that we need to explore and explore that.
Cut you short there, and now, Samuel, we really have to go. Prediction though, Nigeria to win the game against Australia?
It might be very tight. I won't expect a draw. And can't tell what scoreline it could be, but I expect a draw if we could hold our own.
Very much, Samuel. We will be talking to you in the coming days. Samuel Ahmadu is there, Nigerian women's football journalist joining us.